The real reason you're stuck in your business is nothing to do with your strategy. From working with thousands of people over the last 15 years, I've seen the one common thing which is holding them from progressing and earning more money within their business. And it's not a strategy. It's not work ethic. It's the belief that they don't deserve that money. Simple as that. They don't deserve that success. They think people like them don't deserve to earn X amount of money. And I've seen this thousands of times. Strategy is very important in business. If you don't have a strategy, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a goal, and you don't know where you're going, you're not going to achieve anything. Bottom line. So yeah, strategy is very important. Working hard in a smart way, working hard towards that strategy, towards that plan, is also extremely important. Nobody became successful in business being lazy. However, from thousands of conversations, I've seen the same pattern. I've worked with hardworking people who have the right strategy, but they lack that belief that they actually deserve the success which could come to them as they work hard. That is the problem. Strategy, working hard, is empty if it's not backed by belief. You are just going to advance and come back to where you really believe your income level is. And I call this the thermostat effect. Each of us has a thermostat up here of how much we can earn. And when we get there, when we have our best month ever, and we think we've made it, and we're smiling and we're happy, that's the top of our thermostat. And that thermostat then comes down again. That is your peak. When you're happy with that paycheck, you think you've made it, that is the top of your thermostat. And you have the capabilities, like everybody else, of breaking through that thermostat. But you have to work on your belief. I've worked with many people in the past who've been stuck. This is a really psychological level. Actually, there's 3 psychological levels I see many people get stuck at. 3,000 a month. Why? Because usually it's an average pay of an average full-time job. 5,000 a month. But the most common one is 10,000 a month. Yeah, people's thermostat are switched on to that 6-figure income per year. And they get there and they feel comfortable there. But that thermostat then starts to come down. If you don't break through that 6-figure a year thermostat, boom, your business is not going to progress. And to break through, it's all about your belief system. Knowing that you deserve it. And what holds us back the most is our upbringing. Yep. Not because our parents are bad people, or not because the school we went to, they taught us terrible stuff. They didn't. Yeah, we are just victims of their belief gaps and their beliefs. Yeah, I come from a working class family. 2 great parents who both had average jobs which paid a working class wage. And I remember when I was 26 years of age, I started my first business, and my goal was to hit 100,000 euros in the first year. And I did that. I thought I had made it. Why? Because I made more money than my parents combined. I thought I was King Kong. I earned 6 figures, 26 years of age. Didn't know anybody else my age earning that amount of money. I hit the top of my thermostat. My thermostat started to then come down. And I had to take that experience into my next business, because eventually that business went out of business. So I took that experience into my next business and I smashed right through my income ceiling. I created a new thermostat. And when I got to the top of that thermostat, I then had to change my identity again to help me progress to the next level. And that is something which is programmed in us and we don't even know it. So if you want to advance, i.e. get more money in your bank account from your business, grow your business and achieve the potential that it deserves to achieve, then you've got to go to work on your belief. And how I work with people is, before we discuss strategy, before we discuss goals, we work on the belief system that they can achieve what is possible. What you have to remember is, as a business owner, you write your own paycheck. And that sounds great, doesn't it? I write my own paycheck. How much money am I going to give myself? That guy tells me I write my own paycheck. But that can also mean a low paycheck. And if we don't get those belief systems that we can actually achieve great income within our business, then we are going to write low paychecks for ourselves up here. So what we have to do is, guys, we have to work on the belief system of how much we deserve to earn. And we have to break through all those income ceilings from our past identity. Yeah? We have to create a new identity. And this is what I do with my clients. First of all, we start off with belief in their business, belief about what they're doing, belief in their pricing, belief that they are good enough to achieve the impossible. And then, once we have that belief installed, we work on the strategy to make the impossible possible. And this is not a technique which I just started working with clients straight away on. It's something which has progressed over the years. And when I've gone strategy first, the client has never really pushed on to achieve their full potential. Don't get me wrong, it brings results. But when they've had that belief first, I started to see results in the clients within 1 week. In 1 week, because the belief gives a certain energy. It gives a different energy. Yeah, it pushes you a little bit further. You are feeling good being out of your comfort zone because you believe that you belong there. And when you're out of your comfort zone, the results come. Yep. So if you feel like you have hit your thermostat in your business, it's time to change your identity. It's time to change the identity of that you are just good enough to earn X amount of money to no, I am better than this. I deserve more than this, and I am capable, and I am going to do this. Yep. And then work on that strategy, and that is where the magic happens. Belief system first, strategy second, business success. I've seen it so many times over the years. If you would like to book a discovery call with me, all the details are in the comment box below. And please subscribe to the channel, and you will get more videos on the belief gap, which I'm going to talk about weekly, and also lots of more great series on how you can take your business to the next level. Have a great day.